Hello and welcome. I'm sorry about my sore throat. Hello and welcome to the to this very exciting daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings on YouTube. I welcome you, dear friends and subscribers, with the news that Pakistan have finally done it. They have finally beaten the West Indies in the West Indies for the first time in a Test series. But what a riveting Test series this has been. So Pakistan taking the series 2-1, but there was a lot of drama with just 6 balls left on the final day. There was a bit of a drizzle, the lights were on, and I would say that Shannon Gabriel went on to play rank bad shots. He had done all the hard work, he was doing wonderfully well with the final wicket stand which was going on, which had taken the score to from 197 only 5 runs. But Gabriel was definitely doing well. One does not know why in the world with I mean it was the penultimate, it was the last ball of the just before the final over. They had 7 balls to go, and Shannon Gabriel was there, and Roston Chase was there batting on 101, and one does not know why in the world did Shannon Gabriel, who was really blocking very well, but at the nth moment when the final delivery from Yasir Shah of the 19th mandatory over, one could say that Shannon Gabriel, one does not know, he was definitely put under some pressure because he had already survived 5 balls. One did not know what was the reason Shannon Gabriel decided to have a go at a googly which was bowled by Yasir Shah. Instead of defending, he went to try to hit him on the top and inside there down to his stumps, and there was wild rejoicing by the Pakistani fans with Misbah ul Haq and Yunus Khan draping the Pakistani flags all over them, and it was and what a send off. I mean, but one has to really spare a thought for Roston Chase. Roston Chase remained not out on 101, a monumental effort from him, 12 fours and 1 6, and what a player he is turning out to be, Roston Chase. And one probably felt very sorry for Roston Chase, for the reason being he had done all the hard work. And it was just a matter of surviving that final ball. If probably Gabriel would have not attempted a big stroke and just tried to defend the ball, and if he had succeeded in just keeping the ball on the ground, even though he was hemmed in by a lot of closing fielders, the last over would have gone for the final over would be been faced by Chase, and Chase, being an accomplished player, would have seen off the 6 balls, and West Indies could have averted this defeat, and this series would have ended in a 1-1 draw. Instead of that, it turned out the Pakistan way, as Pakistan made history. As you know, they have never ever had a Test series win in the Caribbean, but they did it today thanks to that shot of Gabriel. They went on to take the series 2-1, and what a riveting Test series this has been, and what a send-off to those 2 great stalwarts of Pakistan cricket. An era has ended after the retirement of Yunus Khan and Captain Misbah ul Haq, another wonderful captain after Imran Khan, I reckon. And a salute to both Yunus Khan and Misbah ul Haq for all their efforts they have put towards Pakistan cricket and world cricket in general. So that is what it is. So just I will be keeping the topic on this, and I will be looking at the other things too. The other things that are coming on this would be the New Zealand actually winning the second match of the Tri-Series against Ireland, but Ireland definitely gave it a good fight, I would say, with Nial O Brien getting his maiden test done, but could not take them over the finishing line. As far as the IPL was concerned, the rising Pune Super Giants put up a disappointing performance against the Kings 11 Punjab put on a disappointing performance by being 73 all out, and Rising Pune Super Giants were the one who breezed to the playoffs. And now Rising Pune Super Giants will be taking on the Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede Stadium in the qualifier. The eliminator will be played between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders. And the other match, which was an inconsequential one, RCB had a rare win against the Delhi Daredevils. But first, let's talk about this match. So West Indies started off the playing, as I said, they started off on the overnight score, but Yasir Shah was the man who provided them the breakthrough when Kieron Powell was snapped by Shan Masood of the bowling of Yasir Shah for 4. It was Brathwaite who was got by Hassan Ali. He was gone for 6. Solomon Hitmir defied them for quite some time, playing some good strokes. But then after making 25, he got a ball from Mohammad Amir which tailed in and disturbed his furniture. He was gone for 25, 3 boundaries. Shai Hope survived till 17 with 2 boundaries, and but Hope was not a hope at all, as Hassan Ali got his reverse swing bowling going and he trapped him LBW. After that, Vishal Singh and Shane Dowrich were dismissed in identical circumstances by Yasir Shah. Caught Babar Azam bowled Yasir Shah for identical scores of 2 and 2 respectively. After that, Jason Holder came in to join Roston Chase. Roston Chase at the time was doing a wonderful job of not only defending well but also seeing to it that any loose turf served to him was disappearing to the fence. And Roston Chase was sort of a real classical batsmanship at the end, and he's such a talented cricketer, and he was the one who was holding the fort for the West Indies. But Jason Holder came in, and slowly there was a bit of they started because West Indies were really reeling at the time at 93 for 6, and that definitely required someone to stay there. Jason Holder, the captain, gave good company to Roston Chase, as Jason Holder contributed 22 with 2 boundaries before Hassan Ali took his wicket. After that, Devendra Bishu came in and defied the Pakistani bowling to really frustrate them, with Roston Chase not in any sort of trouble. And Devendra Bishu was also doing a good job, having consumed 45 balls for his 3 runs. But Mohammad Abbas was the one who actually nipped up his wicket when he had him. And with 5 overs to go for the new ball, Devendra Bishu was out for 3. And then Alzari Joseph did a good job as well to stay there with Roston Chase. But then Alzari Joseph, after consuming 32 balls to make 5 runs, that was the time the second new ball was due. And for 5 overs, the new ball was not really doing anything. But Hassan Ali was the one who nipped up the wicket of Alzari Joseph for 5. And then Shannon Gabriel definitely doing, and by the time we saw Roston Chase also reaching his century, he was exactly on 100. He was inching along, and Shannon Gabriel joined him. Shannon Gabriel was doing a good job. He was keeping the Pakistani bowlers at bay. In fact, Mohammad Amir and Mohammad Abbas with the second new ball could not do something. They could not do anything. And then Yasir Shah was brought in the bowling. Hassan Ali came to bowl, and it was all going. And as I said, it all happened with just 7 balls remaining. There was just 1 ball that Shannon Gabriel had already played that over from Yasir Shah. That is the just penultimate over before the day was ending. And also there was a bit of a drizzle. The lights were on, and it was very sad to see Gabriel. One does not know why in the world, because what happened was Roston Chase's effort of 101 not out with 12 fours and 1 6. Really, what a shame that was, that Roston Chase had to finish on 101 not out, and also on the losing side, especially considering Shannon Gabriel. One does not know what was the reason. After blocking 5 balls, what was the reason of going and trying? And he knew for a fact that Roston Chase is the one who's going to take the final over of the day to bring an end to the Test series. And Roston Chase, as we know, one would have definitely known that Roston Chase could have definitely avoided a defeat, and in fact he would have drawn the Test. But nevertheless, congratulations to Pakistan for playing a riveting Test series 2-1. And it's also difficult to believe that the Pakistan team, even under the captain of Imran Khan, never won a Test series in the Caribbean. But nevertheless, it's happened, and I think it was only fitting that it happened, because the reason being that Yunis Khan and Misbah ul Haq could not have expected a greater send-off. They themselves could not cover themselves with glory. Just 150 coming in from Yunis Khan, but they could not hit a century. So definitely both the stalwarts would have gone with greater pride than anything else as they retired, and an era of a particular era of Pakistan cricket in the middle order comes to an end, with Misbah ul Haq and Yunis Khan retiring, and to replace them, I'm sure it's not going to be easy. The bowling, Amir 1 for 22, but Yasir Shah went with a 5-wicket bag his 11th 5-wicket haul in Test cricket, 37 overs, 13 maidens, 92 runs and 5 wickets, 1 for 31 for Mohammad Abbas, 3 for 33 for Hassan Ali, who had a good Test debut, one could say. None for 3 for Azhar Ali, Asad Shafiq none for 15. And player of the match, well, there was no doubt, Roston Chase, even though he finished on the losing side, was the man of the match, and the player of the series going to Yasir Shah. But what a riveting Test series this has been, ending with Pakistan winning their first ever Test series win in the Caribbean, 2-1. And goodbye to Yunus Khan and Misbah ul Haq. And thank you, Yunus Khan and Misbah ul Haq, for really entertaining the cricket world lovers all over. And they were two beautiful, they were two wonderful ambassadors as far as cricket is concerned, because I thought they had good sportsmanship spirit as well. So one really lauds the fact that these two persons, Yunus Khan and Misbah ul Haq, have been very wonderful persons naturally. Well, so that's it. So a big salute to Misbah ul Haq and Yunus Khan for playing in the way they did throughout their international career. Now, so from here now it's going to be a real skimmer after all this. And as far as skimmer is concerned, we are talking about the Ireland game that happened between Ireland Tri-Nation Series. It was the second match of the Tri-Nation Series between Ireland and New Zealand. And New Zealand were the ones who actually batted first. They totted up 289 for 7. With the highest scorer being Nial Broom with 79 of 63 deliveries, 9 fours and 1 6. Gary Worker got a maiden half century, 50 of 89 balls with 3 fours. Luke Raunchy at the top of the order, thrashing 37 of 26 balls with 7 fours to really start off the innings in a real flash. Tom Latham actually making his debut as the captain of the New Zealand cricket team. And Taylor chipped in with 52, Neesham 30, 289. As far as the bowling is concerned, the Irish bowlers really were hit out of the park, barring Dockrell, who had 42 runs taken of his 10 overs. Other than that, Muttag had 262, 1 for 74 for Chase, 2 for 59 McCarthy, Kevin O'Brien 146. But Ireland, well, they were led by a superb knock with a maiden ODI ton by Nial O Brien, which would have been something of sort of victory for them. Nial O Brien was playing very well, and as far as Nial O Brien was there, hope was there for Ireland. But with Nial O Brien's wicket, everything went down as Mitchell Santner came in and picked up his maiden 5-wicket haul. A maiden century for Nial O Brien in ODIs, a maiden 5-wicket haul for Mitchell Santner, the left-arm spinner. Other than that, Balvenie contributed 36 of 50 runs with 5 fours, played well. Wilson 30 of 23 with 4 fours. Other than that, Porterfield 12, Peter Sterling 14, Kevin O'Brien lost his stumps, LBW bowled Sodhi for 1. Simi Singh was making his debut, out for 9, the all-rounder. 1 to Dockrell, 6 McCarthy. And as far as the bowling is concerned, was about Mitchell Santner, the left-arm spinner, bringing them back in the game. But definitely one has to laud the efforts of the Irish batsman, the Ireland batsman. The reason being that Nial O Brien was the one who was really leading the fight. But Mitchell Santner, who picked up his wicket, and after that it was Mitchell Santner all the way as he picked up. And also New Zealand had 2 debutants today, 2 pace bowlers, Sheth Rance and Coughlin. Sheth Rance, definitely one saw that he has the ability to bring the ball in very sharply. Coughlin he's a hit the deck bowler who can get some good carry, and that's when his rewards, he was rewarded 341. Rance got his maiden ODI wicket in the last the last wicket of the Ireland was the maiden wicket for Sheth Rance. Now let's get on to the IPL. So Ireland actually, but doing a good job, I thought, even though the New Zealand were having a second string team here. Now let's look at the 55th match of the, and this was the match which was a very key match, which was played at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune. It was for the playoffs as the last position, and this was a knockout match. And one would have expected a lot of interest was centered around that. But it turned out to be a very tame affair, as rising Pune Super Giants were lucky to actually win the toss, and Stephen Smith elected and on a damp wicket put the Kings XI Punjab to bat, and Kings XI Punjab struggled big time. They were backed up by some very good bowling, some very good fielding. Javed Unadkat was in the thick of action right away, and he was the man of the match today. First, gave a golden duck to Martin Guptill by getting his wicket of the very first ball of the innings. Then he had a hand in a very good run out of Leon Morgan, a sharp run out, and then he picked up a beautiful catch also of Rahul Tewatia, was promoted to the batting order but failed. Ridhiman Shah was out for 13, Marsh for 10, and Morgan for 2, Tewatia for 4. Maxwell was out for a duck. Shardul Thakur took over after Unadkat's exploits, and Shardul Thakur bowled a good line. He picked up 3 wickets as well, and then it was Christian and Zampa to take care of the tail. As far as Akshar Patel was concerned, he was the highest scorer with 22, and the Kings and Punjab innings were absolutely in shambles as they collected their lowest score in IPLs of 73 all out. Unadkat 2 for 12, 3 for 19 for Shardul, and 2 wickets apiece to Adam Zampa and Daniel Christian. Rising Pune Super Giants breezed along beautifully. Rahane and Tripathi setting it with 41 runs in 5.3 overs. Tripathi 28 of 20 balls, 4 fours, 1 6. Rahane getting into some form and hitting the winning 6, not out on 34 of as many balls, 1 4, 1 6, and Steven Smith not out on 15. 78 for 1, match all over. Rising Pune Super Giants easily marching into the playoffs, and as I said, they will be taking on Mumbai Indians in the qualifiers. As far as the other match is concerned, Delhi Daredevils versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. Well, it was an inconsequential match, and Royal Challengers collected a very rare win in IPL 2017 as they beat the Delhi Daredevils by 10 runs. Royal Challengers Bangalore batted first. 161 for 6 was what they got on the board. It was thanks to Chris Gale making 48 of 38 doubles, 3 fours and 3 sixes. Virat Kohli played a good knock of 58 of 45 doubles, 3 fours and 3 6. Nothing much to talk about as far as the other batsmen were concerned. 161 for 6 was the final tally. And as far as the bowling, the bowling, I would say it was not so good, but nevertheless 1 for 31 for Zahir Khan, 2 for 21 Cummins bowled a good line, 1 for 12 for Nadeem. Delhi Daredevils had Avesh Khan gave them. Avesh Khan he was making his debut in IPL, and Avesh Khan, a young under 19 player, I would say. Avesh Khan actually picked up the wicket by in his very second delivery. He got his maiden wicket when he actually picked up the wicket of Sanju Samson by bouncing him out, caught by Kohli of the bowling of Avesh Khan, and he looked impressive. 4 overs, 1 for 23. After that, contributors Karun Nair made 26 of 22, 5 fours. Shreyas Iyer contributing 32 of 30, but Rishabh Pant was there, hope was there, as he was clobbering them with 45, 34 balls, 3 fours and 2 sixes. But once Rishabh Pant left the scene, it was all over. And in fact, it was compounded by Marlon Samuels and Anderson failing with the bat with 0 and 3 respectively. And after that was left to the tail. Mohammad Shami biffed a few to make 21 of 9 balls with 3 fours and 1 6. But it was all over as the Delhi Daredevils were all out for 151, falling short by 10 runs. And Royal Challengers Bangalore won the match. Harshal Patel took the man of the match for this, and in the other match, Javed Unadkat was the man of the match for the Rising Pune Super Giants. Avesh Khan was very impressive. Harshal Patel leaking runs, but at the same token, picking up wickets, which was a good thing. Watson bowled a good line today for a change in the IPL. 1 for 16, 2 for 30 for Head, was a bit costly, but picked up 2 wickets. Pawan Negi did a good job as well. 2 overs, 3 for 10. Well, dear fans and subscribers, as I said, it's all over as far as today's cricket show is concerned. But again, I have to leave this cricket show by really giving a good salute, a big salute to 2 stalwarts of Pakistan cricket, Yunus Khan and Captain Misbah ul Haq, who have retired from cricket. Today was their last day in international cricket, and what solid players they were. And as I said, Pakistan would probably be starting a rebuilding phase as far as Test cricket is concerned, because these 2 players definitely form the fulcrum of the Pakistan cricket team. And one has to see, I'm sure to fill their shoes is not going to be easy. And once again, congratulations to Pakistan for registering their first ever Test series win in the Caribbean, and this match going all the way down to the wire. And Shannon Gabriel, I'm sure, will have a sleepless night today, especially considering the fact that when everything was going, he had to just survive that single delivery, and he had a rush of blood, and he tried to tonk Yasir Shah over the top, and in the process, the ball incised onto his stumps to bring an end to this test match, with Pakistan being the victors, taking the test series, and also their very, very significant test series win, and also a great send-off for two stalwarts of Pakistan cricket, Yunus Khan and Misbah-ul Haq. So with this tribute to with all the best things, wishes to Yunus Khan and Misbah-ul Haq in their personal life, this is your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.